There's always a delay, so we're just checking in to make sure it's working perfectly. We're almost there. Okay, looks like we're live. This is Steve Lennon. I'm doing another WordPress theme review, and today I'm doing one for microbreweries. And there's such a trend in the States, as well as other places around the world, where microbreweries are extremely popular. It's great. It's important to look really good if you're a microbrewery and you're in a location. I live in Lake Havasu City, Arizona, and in my area, we have a microbrewery opening up, and we have about maybe three of them right now. And it's really important to have a really good website to drive traffic. And the microbreweries, what's interesting about them is they have I'll call it a collective. They have a group of microbreweries that are in a network, and you can join clubs and basically go to one microbrewery, and then they'll talk about maybe a sister microbrewery, and go to that one, and maybe travel to another state and go to that one, or another area within where you're located, or anywhere across the United States. So it's great to have a really good microbrewery to let people around the country know what your offering is, the style of brew that you're doing, that kind of stuff in your microbrewer space, brewing space. And so today I thought it would be really nice to be able to show a microbrew theme. So let's go ahead and get into it. So first thing I'd like you to do, if you will, is just go ahead and go to YouTube. If you're in YouTube, if you're coming back to this particular page after the live stream, go ahead, just drop a comment and a like if you would, and also ring the bell so you can receive all of my future theme reviews, and subscribe. And I'd really appreciate it if you would. So let's go ahead and go into the browser. This is a microbrewery theme that has come about that I like a lot. This one, I recently did one with the same company, Zidex, which is a theme developer, and they have one called a microbrewery, or a beer factory, they call it. But this can be easily converted into a microbrewery. So if you have a beer factory and you want to have a website, we can obviously convert it for that and build it for that. If you have a microbrewery, we can do it for that. And if you, let's say you have you have a collective of all the microbreweries, and you want to offer microbrewery online sales, something like that perhaps, or just allow people to know where they're located in different areas. You can create this. I can create this theme to reflect that, which is really cool. So I can make it so I can put the different breweries in a certain range. Let's say all of Arizona, or all of California, or of Nevada, or Minnesota, or whatever, right? Florida. I could do. I could build a site out for that, and then you could put advertising on there, and we could do a WooCommerce type environment where you could sell shirts and T-shirts and keys and tchotchkes and whatever, right? So this theme is a really good theme for that. I can convert it to whatever your needs are. So what I want to do is just kind of show you in this particular thing. You see what it looks like right now in the slider area. Well, we can change out these images to reflect your brewery, and or we can find some stock images that would meet your standard and look good. So let's go ahead and this one talks about the brewery, right, or our beer factory. In the case of that, we could put a real nice image in here, put some information, have a little video. This is the video vignette that pulls up, talks about it. See? So that's really nice. And then down here, you can talk about your engineers who, in your chemist, people like that who are, forgot what they call them, but the well, I can't think of the name of it right now, but it'll come to me. The people who basically engineer and find these special blends and figure them out and make them taste so fantastic. So those people, I guess they call them engineers. I don't know. But and then you can have the numbers, how many visitors. We can change this out, take this portion out. We can adjust this if you want to whatever you want. How many visitors to your particular facility? How many locations maybe? How many sales? Whatever it may be, we can do that. Right here's a nice visual experience. This is a gallery style look and feel. So you got all these different pictures here we can put in here, and then testimonials from your either your brewery or maybe a bunch of different breweries if you're doing a site like that. And then down here, if you wanted to, we could put in logos of the different breweries in a location or an area. Excuse me. I'm coming off of a cold, so bear with me. I'm gonna go ahead and have a sip here. It's been going for like 2 weeks. All right, so let me go forward. So down here, we can put locations in here. We can put different blends, so IPA blends, whatever you want in here. And also any promos or services. We can pretty much do whatever you want. We could have a video down here if you wanted to, things like that. There's just so much we can do. So let's go ahead and go up to the top of the page here and just look at the product page. Okay, so this is I'm gonna when I go into this Beer Factory um, video. This goes into other verticals like pharmaceuticals, things like that. So what we can do is I'm going to show you this bridge page. It's not going to be for the beer, but it will give you the vision and the idea because this theme is done for a bunch of different things. In this page, we can go ahead and put in an image that reflects your factory or your store, and then we can have a description of the beer. So we could put a picture of a beer or many pictures of the beer in here, one of the blends, and then we can go ahead and give it a name here. Instead of project, we just call it a beer name, like an IPA, whatever we want to call it. Give it a description, give it some points right here. How we did it, maybe a video of the time it takes, the methodology that you use, the quality of the product, that kind of stuff, and then have a button here where people can go ahead and find out how to go to your location and have a beer, and that works. So we can do an instant quote if you wanted to, if there's something that you're trying to sell or offer or promote. Over here, project details. This might be the name of the beer, the IPA, right? With the location, other factors that are relevant to people who are enthusiasts within that community. So we can do that and change it out and call it the IPA, whatever you want here, and create a bunch of these pages, and then have these pages tied to a single page with a tile page, something like that, or a gallery page where people can go ahead and take a look at it. So let's look at what that would look like. So visualize this particular page here and converting it and adding the links to it to this particular page here. So we could change out the image here. We could call all IPAs, all whatever else blends, light blends, dark blends, whatever you want to call it in your space. And we can actually have tiled images that reflect that. So we could call the different blends here and have that be. This could be one of the blends. This could be the images of those particular blends, right? For like different IPAs, for example. And then when people click on them, they go to the single page, but this would be like the global page for that particular blender style. So we could have that as just one of the pages here. And then let's say you had a light series of blends, a dark series, and a wheat, maybe a wheat bait series, whatever it may be, right? Maybe an oat bait series, uh, a brewery, blends, something like that, and then we could go ahead and just figure out what's best and what your offers are, and then put those in the specials and things like that. We could even have a page called specials where they can click on it and see what the weekly specials are or the monthly specials, that kind of thing, and have that go to a single page with an offer and have people sign up and to want to get a newsletter, things like that. So there's that, and then let's go ahead and go to a four column. So let's say you have a lot of different offers or you just want to have all the different style blends, a light, dark, middle, more dark, really dark, that kind of thing. We could do it on a page like this, our products, and then we could have the different styles in here. Do it this way with a four block and just make it look like that. So it's another way to do it. So let's go ahead and go over to the next thing, and that's over here at careers. So let's say you want to hire some people. You just want to have a page for hiring employees. This page could be locked down, meaning that the general public wouldn't see it. They would just see what's called a gateway page, and that page would be where they would sign up. They maybe fill out a quick form, and then once they submit, they submit their information to you, even a resume perhaps, and then you call them and do something like that, and then you give them access to the back end, and that allows them to go in and do other things to be able to get hired and stuff like that. So that's how we would do that. So let's go ahead and show you what that would look like. We have our team. Now this team page would be the team page that we could call this your team and then have the group of people that work at the company be in here. And you could, in this place, this is where people would be hired or different job descriptions. We could do it that way. They're calling it the team here. I'd probably change this out to something like that, like career opportunities, something like that, perhaps, and then put some employees' pictures in here, that kind of thing, or whatever you want. And then right here, descriptions of different types of jobs that are open here. So you could just have them apply now, that kind of thing, and then get the information, come back to you, that kind of thing. So it's just a way to do it. So, like I said earlier, you could do it the other way where it would just be one single page if you just had one particular job description or just wanted to make it generic. And we can make it one page where they just fill out a single form and it gets pushed out to you. and it can be locked down as well, meaning they have to call you. You could put a thing there that says, "Hey, contact us for a code to get access to this particular page," something like that, to get inside of it. So there's that, and let's go ahead and look over at. This is a single page of what a job description would look like. We could adjust this particular single page into whatever the label is for the page, right? The job, and then a description about the job, an ideal candidate, and then benefits, and then apply for this job. We could have that. That would be the page that they would receive as a gateway page to be able to go in from the previous page that I showed you where they had different orange boxes or descriptions, right? And they click on that and then they go to this page here and they would be able to see if it's something that fits within their needs. And then, we could either keep this open or lock it down, however you want to do it. So some people like to have it open, some people like to lock it down. All right, so let's go ahead and go over to company. Let's go to the About page, check that out. Now, often in the beer and the brewery business, people want to know, where's the location, that kind of thing. So we can put an about page. In that about page, you can talk about your history, your value proposition, how you got started, the type of brews that you have, why it matters and why you exist, that kind of stuff, and what you have to offer. And you could have some hot points here if you wanted to. Change these out and have them be hot points. Also, this about page could also be just a regular about page where you show the about information, what you do, like I said earlier, maybe some image here, and then maybe some quips in here that are links to different parts of the site right here. So one thing I'll tell you is Google loves the about page. And if you have the about page filled out and you do it correctly based on your vertical market, like the beer industry, the micro beer industry, they will give you favor. Most people don't know that. They don't really. They just think that, oh, what, the about page? I just need to do something real quick, throw something up there, so I have something on the site. But guess what? It is an integral part of why ranking goes higher is by having a really good about page because it tells a story. And by the way, the about page has to be congruent with everything else that you do. So if you're doing citations, which we could talk if you ever want to know what that is about, and other things, let people know about where you are, where your location is, all that kind of stuff on the internet, it matters that you have it be congruent, that it's the same across the board for everything. But hey, give me a call about that at some point if you'd like. So let's go ahead and go to the next page here. We're going to go over to the Contact Us page. Now, on the Contact Us page, obviously your location is important. So here's a form if they want to get a hold of you. You can have your address right here, your email, your phone number. We can either take stuff out, move it in, and then down here is your location. So we can bring this in close, or we can bring it into where it is right now, as far as a Google Maps, and make it look fantastic, and have your location. If you have several locations, we could put the several locations in here and do something like that if you wanted as well. And a real nice contact form built into here uh, as uh, as part of the offer, right? So let's go about. We talked about jobs. We talked about team. Let's go ahead and go over to where we are. So that's obviously they'll go to that page. This page is a page that if you have a bunch of different locations, we could. It doesn't have to be international like this one is. We could have it local, and have the different. If you have 3 or 4 locations, we could put the locations in here and make it look really nice. So we could do something like that in there. Okay. Or if you have an affiliate relationships with different microbreweries in different areas, let's say throughout Arizona or California or Nevada, like I said, or some other place, right? Um, Georgia, whatever it may be. It's a great place, a great way for you to support and support other microbreweries, so everybody gets to benefit from people going to different microbreweries, so which helps everybody. Okay, so press releases. So the press release page here is really a post page, and what they've done here is they have these are different posts. Here's the first post, here's the second post, and then here's the third post, and so on and so forth. Excuse me, that cough. Hopefully, I'll get over this thing. It's been like 2 weeks. All right, so this blogging page, you can see that it has archives and it got categories and it's got recent comments and things like that, recent posts. We can set that up so you can do ongoing blogging posts and then have that go out and have it pushed out to the internet as well as social media and places like that, which is really smart. So we could talk about that. And that's exactly what this is. They're calling it press releases. We could just call it blog or whatever you want to call it in that case. So let's go ahead and go into one of them and check out what it looks like when they actually go to a blog. So in this case, you can see it's full page. It responds very, very nice to mobile, and looks really, really good on all devices. So it really looks great, and it's going to be time stamped. It could be a we can put in a category, different get different categories. Uh, that reflect different things, and you can also do posts. Maybe you have a group of stores and things like that you want to promote, or you want to promote other breweries, and the breweries all want to promote you, so you can have an agreement between all of them to cross pollinate each other in relationship to how you're blogging, so that in the local area everybody gets some benefit of people who are in the microbrewery business, and people who want to try out and enjoy different brews. So everybody wins. So this would be a great way to do it. It has a leave a comment, that kind of thing for posting. So if you could also put in different articles about your blends and excuse me, what you do, that kind of stuff, and just it works well for social media to push it out to Facebook and Instagram and LinkedIn and all those different places. So there's that. So we can have that blogs put up, stuff like that. So that's basically the crux, I guess, of what this is. We have obviously the hours of operation, contact information. This can be changed out to whatever label you want it to be changed out to, right here. Instead of rental, it could be contact us, or special or promo. We can link it to a promo, that kind of thing, or this week's special, whatever you want to do, right? We can do anything like that. So let's go back over here to this home page and talk about it for one more time. So we're here. We can also do a popover here, chat plugin if you want to do something like that. We can also do specials where we can install some software that will allow for us to send out text messaging and or emails and things like that over to people who are enthusiasts, and they can sign up for that text messaging ability, and then they can get specials sent to them, and sign up for weekly specials or monthly specials, things like that. And that's not in this particular thing, but something that I can add for you and set up. If you have a larger company and you want to be able to send out information to your employees, and you want to schedule meetings and do things like that, and make sure people are up on their licensing and things of that nature, the same sort of software can be infused into the site, and we can make it so that someone in your company can use it, be able to send out reminders that there's a meeting on Tuesday, or that they need to go to this particular course material and sign up, and they can go and sign up on a single page while they're at work or after work, and then also reminders that it's time to go to that particular, update their course material, things like that. So if that's something of your need, we can do that. We can also integrate into this particular theme software. So if you have a brewery, there's what's called SaaS, SaaS, software as a service, and there's actually some microbreweries that are. I'll raise this up real quick here. Go this way. If you look here and you type in microbrewery SaaS, in here. It will pull up a bunch of different software as a service offerings, which you probably might have not known, and it gives you the ability to do all kinds of cool stuff for point of service systems and software for back end, and all kinds of cool stuff. So just type that in, and you'll find out that it works out really well for you. So let's go ahead and remove this. Let's remove this. I'm getting spam stuff coming in here. Okay, and and you can see it's just got a lot of great stuff in here that you can benefit from. So for social media, things like that. So I just wanted to bring that over to you. So I want to show you something. I actually do reviews. I do them all the time. If you have some interest in looking at some of my other video reviews, just go ahead and go over to my site here. It's called stevelennon.com. This is one I did yesterday, and it will give you information about it. It will give you the video that I did for that particular theme, and it will give you true information. This isn't copy and pasted. I actually wrote this and put it together and spent about 2 to 3 hours on making sure it's really, really good, and it's detailed, that kind of stuff. And then I go into another one, and so on and so forth. I also rate these particular themes, and this one here got a very high rating. I'll just show you what it looks like real quick here. You'll see that I have a rating system. I do a ratings on these every day, and then I give it a rating, and then there's the actual full article. So if you have some interest on this or you want to pass it on to a friend, I would greatly appreciate it. Like I said, I do not only I do real estate themes, I do every kind of business you can imagine, themes related to that. And throughout the next year here, I'll probably do about 300 of them. So I think you'll enjoy it. You'll get a lot of information out of it, and I'm really honest about what I think about it. If I don't like it, I'll tell you. If there's things I don't that need help with it, but I think they're going to fix it and make it great, then I'll let you know that as well. So that's how I work. If you want to contact me, uh, you can go ahead and, like I said, go to stevelinnenagency.com. That's Steve, Linnin agency.com. Or you can go here and put a contact in and get back with me. And then let's see what else we got here. Do, 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 do. And that's just a transition I have here. So there's my transition. And then the last thing is just going to go ahead and close out for this particular session. Hope you enjoyed this particular review. You can go ahead and, like I said, get a hold of me. There's Steve Lennon at Twitter. There's I Need a WordPress at Facebook, and then you can always get a hold of me by just doing what I said earlier. So I really appreciate you watching my review. Go ahead and check out other ones, and I'm looking forward to bringing some more throughout 2020 and beyond. Have a great day, and we'll go from there.